What do you usually think about when someone mentions slavery in the US? Millions of people from Africa forcibly brought to American shores. People brought in chains to work on plantations owned by white colonizers. Millions of deaths, rapes, and crimes against humanity. How people were robbed of their humanity and how they became the property of colonists. That's what actually happened. But according to Florida's Board of Education, it's not enough to know that and understand the horrors of slavery. No, they think you should also know about slavery's not often discussed benefits. They want students to know about, and I quote, how slaves developed skills which, in some instances, could be applied for their personal benefit. We're not making this up. That's a part of the state's new curriculum. It's part of the section describing the work slaves did. You know, the unpaid labor they were forced to do under the threat of beating, starvation, and death. Things like picking cotton in the scorching sun, or being forced to build a plantation owner's house, or sweep the colonists' floors while they made a fortune on the backs of slave labor. Yes, Florida wants its students to know how all of these atrocities were skill development programs for the slaves. They apparently want students to get the full picture.
I saw an article last night that really disturbed me, so we need to read it together. It is from the New York Post, because that is where all disturbing articles come from, and it is about AI robots, specifically AI sex robots, and we're going to talk about that today. The headline reads, ex-Google exec says that AI-powered sex robots will seem, quote, alive and eliminate need for another being. Now, we do not need artists. We don't need writers. We don't even need anybody working in marketing. We don't need Google. We don't even need real human companionship, because AI has gotten it taken care of. We are literally stripping humanity out of everything. This ex-Google executive is named Mao Gaudat, and according to New York Post, he was the chief business officer for Google's clandestine research and development arm X, and he said that AI will usher in a, quote, redesign of love and relationships, and that people will not be able to tell the difference between real-life sexual encounters and those that are created artificially. It goes on and says, human beings will soon be able to simulate sex through virtual reality and augmented reality headsets such as Apple's Vision Pro or Quest 3. That is scary. So now it's not even just like the physical sex doll robots. They can convince you with these headsets that you are having a sexual encounter. Gaudat goes on and says, if we think a few years further and think of Neuralink, which is very scary, think of Neuralink and other ways of connecting directly to your nervous system, why would you need another being in the first place? You know, that's actually quite messy, referencing real life human relationships. Yes, I've talked about this before, but life is complex. Life is messy. Life is not supposed to be happy all the time. Life is actually human beings overcoming challenges every single day. That is what makes it worth living. That is what makes it interesting. That is what makes us grow and mature every single day. If you just eliminate that because it's hard and because it's messy, you are not only stripping away humanity, but you are taking away the opportunity for human beings to fully flourish. He goes on and he says, even the mental and emotional stimuli that can come with intimacy can be recreated artificially. It's all signals in your brain that you enjoy companionship and sexuality, and if you really want to take the magic out of it, it can be simulated. So at least he is admitting that there is something that will not be real. He is just boiling down companionship and love to biology, and obviously there's something else. Like, that's not human. You can't say that that is totally authentic. You can't say that that is totally real and that it is exactly like the same thing. I don't believe it. I don't want to test it, but I do not believe it. But I did look at some of these physical robots that are already for sale online. And this company apparently made the first ever sex AI robot like this. And they wrote, our artificially intelligent robot companions can discuss your day or please you for hours without complaint. The choice is always yours. Robot conversation or robot stimulation. Our high-tech artificially intelligent humanoid sex robot companion are here for all of your desires. They will answer all of your questions. They will learn about your favorite things to do, and they will always be there for you whenever you need them. Expand your mental stimulation you crave and have your sensual sexual desires met every day without rejection. The real humanoid AI robot doll will never say no to your fantasies and will never dare accuse you of sexual harassment. You will never need to be alone any longer or hold off from pleasure. Now you will have in your life your own sexy, intelligent, beautiful robot companion.
There is a new movie in town, and it's causing jitters all over. Sound of Freedom is also fueling controversy over conspiracy theories and its depiction of human trafficking, exposing the dirty, underlying world dominating Hollywood. But the message in the movie has caused ripples in the Hollywood ranks, with the producers revealing that they have faced several challenges since it made its big screen debut a few weeks ago.
We're getting refunds for The Sound of Freedom because apparently the water pressure in the bathrooms aren't working here. So no one can watch.
Most theaters have reported facing several challenges, including clogged bathrooms. It's unclear how much this is helping increase the film's popularity, but one thing is clear: someone somewhere doesn't want the movie watched. Clogged toilets aside, film fans have also faced the challenge of faulty air conditioners across different movie theaters.
So my fiance and I just watched the movie Sound of Freedom.
It was hot as heck.
I
The
literally
AC
brought a
was out.
sweatshirt and I was like sweating.
But they didn't turn the lights off.
They literally had the lights
They
on.
kept the lights on the entire movie.
Claims that AMC has sabotaged screenings of The Sound of Freedom by shutting off air conditioning, evacuating the theater, or refunding tickets have gone viral among right-wing social media users, though the company denies it has interfered with screening. The film centers on the fictionalized Ballard's pursuit to rescue a pair of Honduran siblings who are kidnapped to Colombia. Ballard reportedly has not claimed to conduct a mission exactly like this. However, the film ends with a montage of his organization's real missions in Colombia, in which Ballard's organization claims to have rescued more than 120 victims. He said Netflix and Amazon were among the studios that passed on the film. Angel Studios CEO and co-founder Neil Harmon said the film initially had a deal with 20th Century Fox, but once Disney acquired the company in 2019, Disney allegedly declined to release it. Do you still doubt Hollywood has tried everything to sabotage the movie? Angel Studios acquired distribution rights in early 2023 and sought funding from investors to distribute and promote the film. Non-functional toilets and extreme heat inside the theaters aside, some viewers reported that they were forcefully evacuated from the theater.
Last night, a repatriation ceremony was held at the Indian consulate in New York. Like the name suggests, this ceremony was about the repatriation of 105 trafficked antiquities back to India. They were handed over to the Indian ambassador, Taranjeet Singh Sandhu. They will now be transported to India soon. Speaking on the occasion, the Indian ambassador thanked the American side for its cooperation and support. He noted how for the people of India, these artifacts are not just pieces of art, but also a part of their living heritage and culture. According to officials, these antiquities represent a wide geographical spread in terms of their origin in India. Around 50 of them have a religious significance for Hindus, Jains and Muslims. The rest are of cultural significance. These objects span a period of 1600 years, from the 1st century BC to the 15th century AD. Reports say that once these objects reach home to India, they will be kept in the custody of the Archaeological Survey of India until it is decided whether they should be repatriated to the respective states from where they were originally taken. Like I said, this handover follows Prime Minister Modi's historic state visit to the US. During the visit, India and the US had agreed to work on a cultural property agreement. Now, this would help prevent illegal trafficking of cultural artifacts.